I'm Gary Thomas. We're here at the Stockton Dirt Track for the Salute to Leroy Van Connet. We're here with Buddy Kofoid out of Pin Grove, California, one of the up-and-coming stars in California sprint car racing. Just 14 years old, Buddy. You got the win at Placerville Speedway last night. Talk to us about that.
We just qualified quick time from 16th car out and had some struggles in heat race and started back in the main, but we were able to click some cars off early and just find our momentum fast and, you know, just running the same line over and over, which was fast, and just to catch people and just to get up to them, and then, you know, pulled the slide job once we were close to the leader and made it work, and then just raced them hard, and then just got the lead and just checked out.
Now, you're one of a lot of the kids that came out of the outlaw kart scene. How much of a transition was that going from the outlaw kart to the sprint car?
It's a big transition because, like, sprint cars, you know, sprint cars have the suspension and the power steering and weigh 1,400 pounds, where a go-kart weighs 400 pounds. Go-karts have 800 or 80 horsepower, and 410, for instance, has 900 horsepower. But I was able to adapt quickly, and we practiced a lot and just gained more and more experience.
Now, this isn't your first year in sprint car race. You know, you drove back in Fernley. I think it was 2013 or so. I think you were 11 years old. Talk to us about that first experience up there in Fernley.
I don't know. We practiced a whole bunch, and so I kind of had an idea of what it was going to be like. And as I said, I was just quick to adapt to it and just keep up my momentum. I don't know. We just practiced a whole bunch, and then it kind of helped us for racing in Fernley.
Now, mainly you've been running the 360 this year. I think this is your second start in California in a 410. How much different is it between a 360 to a 410 and the adaptation?
It's a big difference because the car is lighter and the motors got a whole bunch more horsepower. And like at Watsonville, for instance, we run 360s are normally, and with the 410, I could feel the front end was just way more lighter and wanted to stay up in the air more than on the ground. So,
talk to us about this team you have behind you. We know Dan Simpson owns it, but you do have a lot of marketing partners.
Yeah, we have Dan Simpson behind us, Gary Silva Farms, my family, grandparents. You know, without all this wouldn't be possible without them helping my goals come true and my dreams for my racing career, hopefully.
Well, it's been a pleasure watching you so far this season. We want to wish you the best as your career progresses.
Thanks, Gary.
Right, that's Buddy Kofoid, Pin Grove, California. You're going to be seeing a lot of this kid as the years go on. Well, we're here with Grass Valley, California's Jason Statler, one of the longtime veterans in sprint car racing. And Jason, when it comes to 410 racing in California, there's not been many more supportive than you over the years. And talk to us about your career. When did you start in sprint cars?
I started racing in 1989, San Jose Speedway. That's where it all started, and just kind of took off from there.
You got a lot of accomplishments in your career, of course. 2004 King of the West Championship. Not a lot of guys have won this title over the years, so that's got to be a pretty big feather in your cap.
Oh yeah, it's huge. You know, to be on the list with the names that have won it, and just the history of it, and it's a really big accomplishment for me and my team.
You've always been a historian of the sport. Talk about maybe some of your racing heroes growing up.
Oh, there's a lot of them for a lot of different reasons. You know, you got Steve Kinzer because he's the king. There was really nobody better. Obviously, Schatz is really good right now, but you know, Steve was the king. You got Hewitt, Hod. There's a lot of different guys that you look up to for different aspects of what they do and what they can do in a race car.
Of all the wins in your career, what would you consider to be the greatest accomplishment? You won a World of Outlaws event. You've won the Bradway, among countless others.
Man, you know, obviously the World of Outlaw win's big because those come few and far between for a lot of people. And to be in that situation we were in that night and to be able to capitalize on it was huge. The Bradway's got a rank right up there, up at the top. You know, we've won the key race. That's a big race. So I'd have to say the Outlaw win was the biggest win just for prestige and whatnot. But, you know, personal-wise, the Bradway ranks right up there with that one.
Well, we know racing is a team sport, and you've had somebody alongside you for a lot of your racing career, Dave Rios. I believe a couple of years ago you guys celebrated 25 years in partnership. So talk about how important Dave has been to your racing endeavors.
Oh, geez. You can't even describe it. I mean, we started back in San Jose in 1989, and I think he probably started helping us. I don't know. I don't want to do the math right now, but, you know, 92, 93, he came in. We wanted to run an outlaw show, and a friend of mine knew him. and said, hey, can you buy this kid a couple tires so we can run the Outlaw show at San Jose? And he's like, sure, why not? So did that, and then it escalated from there, and came to where we're at now with him with the trucks, trailers, motors, and him doing what he's got to do to get us down the road.
Well, you've been racing for a lot of years, as we said. How much longer do you anticipate, still running? Of course, you're married, you got a couple kids and everything. So how much longer are we going to see Jason Statler around the sprint car game?
You know what? I'd like to hang out for a few years more. This year's been a little rough on us. We've had some struggles, and we've had speed at times, but we keep working hard at it, and hopefully we'll get it figured out and get going. But it's in your blood, and you just want to keep doing it. So I'd like to say I'll be around for a little while longer to give these kids a little bit of a run here and there. But I guess we'll see.
Always been one of the class action racing. Without you, it's not going to be the same without 00 out here. So on behalf of everyone with the King of the West Sprint Car Series, the entire state of California, we really do appreciate the support you've given to this the sport of auto racing over the years.
Well, I appreciate it. We love running out here. We love the fans. Mark and Aaron and Chris, and they work their butts off to get us out here every week, and I love coming out and putting on a show for everybody.
All right, that's Jason Statler, Grass Valley, California. Well, we're here with two-time King of the West Sprint Car Series champion Kyle Hearst out of Paradise. And Kyle, going into tonight, you're leading the points. Last night, another consistent finish. Talk to us about your season so far.
Yeah, it's been good. Running with Stockton Motorsports, back to Roth helping us out as well, looking after me still. Just been a great team, gelling with them and getting good runs. We got 2 wins so far, both at Chico. So I want to stretch it out and try to get wins elsewhere. Ran second last night. We've had a good couple runs, so just trying to push forward. You want to get as many wins as you can, and so that's what we're shooting for.
We've got a lot of big wins in your career, but this year, none bigger, of course, than the Bradway back, I believe, April 29th in Chico. Yeah. Talk to us about how emotional that was for you. A last lap pass, it couldn't come any more exciting.
No, I think I've waited 10, 11, 12 years for that one, so it's pretty cool the way we did it. Definitely very emotional. Family's, been such a big part of it, Dave and Dan, Dorica, and everyone. So it was very cool to get that win. Like I said, I finished close so many times, and then finally get it done. It was very cool. Probably one of my biggest wins I've ever in my career.
We talked about some of the racing ambassadors from California. You don't just race here, you race over in Australia during the off-season. Yep. Talk to us about some of your endeavors over there, racing for one of the real big teams in Australia.
Yeah, I've been lucky enough. I got Michael Cunningham was the first guy who got me to go over there, and I raced for the Bruce brothers, and then that just kind of spiraled, and I got to run for Luch Monty in the Milwaukee car with Kim Buzzy, and that's been a great. Last 4 years I've been on a race pretty much almost every weekend, so I look forward to the weekends off, but I'm fortunate enough to race as much as I have been. So, I've been traveling over there for the last 4 years, and it's a great experience, a lot of fun, something I'll never forget.
Well, you've already got 2 King of the West titles, as we said. This year you're going for number 3. Only 2 drivers have ever won at least 3 titles in the 30-year history of the series. So, how important would that be for you to get under your belt?
That'd be very cool. That's the goal running this whole deal is to win the championship for Tarleton, Roth Motorsports, and we'll see what we can do. We're a long ways out. We got a lot of racing to do, so you never try to worry about it. I honestly haven't looked at points, so I just keep plugging away and trying to do my job like we're supposed to, and hopefully that'll shake it out.
Like tonight, we're here at the Stockton Dirt Track. What do you think about this place? You've been close to wins in the past.
Yeah.
You had a little bit of heartbreaker last year, so yeah. I know you'd like to get a win here.
Yeah, you always try to knock those ones off and win at every track you go to, and this is one that's eluded me, so I let that one go last year, I think, and so hopefully I can get it done tonight. I'm glad we made up this race. They could have easily canceled it and not raced, so we're here on a Sunday, and they made it up, and I thank everyone that's involved for doing that. We could be sitting on our couch, but hey, we're racing on Sunday. I wish we did that more often.
Hey, one of the good guys in sprint car racing across the country, Kyle Hearst. Always a pleasure.
Thanks, Gary. Have a good night, guys.
Well, we're here with Hollister, California's Ryan Bernal. And Ryan, here tonight at the Stockton Dirt Track. You're kind of a guy that has more laps in a non-wing car, but you kind of get in the wing stuff the last couple of years, so talk to us about that transition.
Yeah, I know. There's been just throughout the last couple of years, there's been a lot more wing racing down in California, and the non-wing stuff's starting to fade slowly, unfortunately. So, we put a wing car together. Mike Phelps and the Metalworks team put a wing car together for us. So we're out here, just seeing what we could do and run with these KWS guys tonight. And it's all new to me, definitely, because I've been running non-wing, since I, was in micros and everything. So the wing stuff's definitely a different ball game, and we're just learning.
You're one of the guys that's not just a race car driver. You're trying to better yourself in life. Last week was actually your first time back in a sprint car all season long. Talk to the people out there about what you've been doing.
So after I haven't been in a race car for 8 months, and I went to the Fire Academy in San Jose. So I did a in-house Fire Academy for 6 months, just to have a career outside of racing. It's really tough nowadays to make a full career out of it. So I went ahead and did the fire academy just to have something on the side, and I don't think I'll ever stop racing, but I'll definitely hopefully have a career in the fire service.
We talked about running non-wing cars and micros, but I think you were the youngest track champion ever at Ocean Speedway. I think, what were you, 14 years old driving a wingless? What was that like in a wingless sprint?
Yeah, no, the transition from a little wheelbase to a big wheelbase in the sprint car was definitely different. And like I said, I went from a non-wing micro to a non-wing sprint car, and haven't really changed much. But now we're transitioning into the wing stuff. But yeah, we did the spec sprints for a couple years, and then 360 non-wing and 410 non-wing, and now we're doing wing racing.
Do you think running the wing car helps you out in the non-wing car and vice versa, just trying to get laps in different cars?
Definitely, yeah. I definitely think it helps out a lot because these wing cars, you drive them a lot deeper and a lot straighter into the corners, and when I get into a non-wing car, I don't have to be scrubbing off that speed, throwing the car in the corner. I could just kind of transition back to the wing car and drive it a little straighter, and I think it definitely makes for a better driver in a non-wing car.
What are your plans the rest of the season? I know last year you went back to the Knoxville Nationals in Iowa. What can the folks see Ryan Bernal doing here till the end of the season?
I'm not sure. I think we have about 40 races. No real big races besides Trophy Cup, Peter Murphy Classic. We're hoping to run the non-wing and wing at the Peter Murphy, and just hit as many races as we can to finish off the season. And we'll plan on something bigger next year. Just I missed half the season, and just getting some racing under our belt to finish off this season. And if anything comes about, we'll absolutely jump on it. But for now, we're just having fun racing some races.
Hey, thanks for taking some time with us. You're always one of the class acts in racing, and we do appreciate you racing with the King of the West Series.
Thank you.
Well, we're here with three-time USAC National Sprint Car Series champion Bud Keating out of Campbell. And Bud, going into tonight, second in the point standings. I know you're trying to get that first King of the West title under your belt. Last year was a battle between you guys and the Tarleton team, and it has been so far this season again.
Yeah, it seems the last couple of years we've either been battling with the Tarleton team or with Kyle Hearst. I know that they put them both together. It's we're battling Hearst and Tarleton all in one. But we've been really close the last couple of years, and this year we've had a really good start. Maybe not as quick as we were last year at first, but we're definitely picking up steam, and happy to be back here at Stockton tonight.
Talk about the team you have behind you. Of course, Maury and Katie Williams, some of the biggest supporters in 410 sprint car racing out here, and I believe it's your third season driving the car. So how's that partnership been?
Yeah, it's been good. Maury and Katie are like family. They welcome me straight in, and we had Ashley Smith running the team the first season, and now we've had Sean Greeley the last 2 years, and it's been a little bit adapting the first season with Ashley, and then getting everything mixed up the next year with Sean. But we're getting pretty comfortable, and things are going in a good direction. We're finishing races when we're not winning, and that's really been our downfall the last couple of years.
We've talked to some of the drivers about their biggest career wins. You've got a ton across the country, in Australia, all over the place. Is there any one single victory that you could put your finger on that you would say is maybe your number one all-time win?
I've said it before. I've won races with 6 cars out of them, and I've won races with 126 cars out of them, and there's still only one first place. It doesn't matter how big the trophy is or how much it pays. There's only one first place, and there's no better feeling than the last race you won, and you just got to move on to the next one, and hopefully your guy that wins again.
Back at the Stockton Dirt Track, you won here back in June. I want to wish you the best of luck tonight.
Well, thanks, Gary, and hopefully we'll be talking after the races.